customers grabbed their bags off the carousel and skipped away arm in arm, I stood looking at the clock, trying to hold out hope as the last few bags squeaked past, inch by excruciating inch. An eternity later, when the empty carousel finally shuddered to a stop, so did my desperate little heart. This was going to be bad. I just knew it. And I really needed this trip to be perfect. I needed it so badly. My feet hardly left the linoleum as I dragged my body toward the customer service desk, bowed and beaten. Over my earbuds, the first few miserable strums of REM's Everybody Hurts came up in the shuffle to provide the soundtrack. Touché, universe. Touché. Good morning, madam. Thank you for flying with Blue Skies. How can I help you? I stood for a waited moment and just stared at the woman's candied smile, trying to hold it together. Hello. It has not been a very good morning, actually. My flight got cancelled and I was tortured, stripped of my dignity, had my soul ripped very slowly from my body, leaving only the dried, lifeless husk you see before you. Very much delayed. I have a tour that's leaving in an hour and a half from the city center and my luggage hasn't arrived. Please tell me where it is. The woman was poised, pink, tidily attired, and perfectly coiffed. At that moment, she was my antithesis in every way. Her lips tightened before she opened them a crack to push out a little sigh. She scrunched her nose. An hour and a half is a bit tight, isn't it? It's always best to plan for a little extra time when traveling. But I was supposed to arrive yesterday. Do you have your luggage tag, madam? For a blessed moment, I imagined grabbing her by the striped lapels and shaking her bodily until her teeth clacked. Instead, I produced the luggage tag. The woman took it and then proceeded to click endlessly at the keyboard until the end of time. Can she actually be typing, or is this just for effect? I couldn't be sure, but every tap chiseled at my raw nerve endings. So, it looks like you traveled from Washington, D.C. to Atlanta, then Atlanta to Nashville, Nashville to Reykjavik, Reykjavik to London, and London to Edinburgh. I closed my eyes, wincing, each stop like the lash of a whip. I did, God help me. Unfortunately, it looks like there was some problem with your luggage between Reykjavik and your final destination. My spine drooped, but she went on to deliver the death blow. Yes, it appears to have been crushed. Crushed? Correct, madam. That's what it says here. Crushed. Crushed? What do you mean, crushed? How did this happen? She finally stopped tapping and met my eyes, unblinking, the look of a cat who is about to push your favorite mug off the table. I really couldn't tell you, madam. We didn't have video surveillance on your particular bag as it travelled across 4 countries. But it was never supposed to travel across 4 countries. I booked a direct... I do have some good news for you. It has arrived to Edinburgh, and we have taped and wrapped it to keep your belongings safely inside, free of charge. It'll be waiting for you just here in the back. Taped? There must be some mistake. My suitcase is unbreakable. It's polycarbonate. I bought it from Brookstone. It's called Air Armor because it's so strong. She gave me a pitying look. They'll say anything to make a sale these days, won't they? I considered making a flamethrower with a lighter and hairspray, and then remembered that those items were being held hostage in my suitcase. I turned away to collect myself. It could be worse, right? At least they have my luggage here in Edinburgh, and my undies aren't already being tried on for size by a goat herd in Kazakhstan. I could work with this. I just needed to hurry. All right. Can I have what's left of my bag, please? If I leave now, I can just about make it to my tour bus. Of course. But you'll have to wait for Keith to bring it round for you, and he's on his break. I checked my phone. 6:55 a.m. The tour would leave at 8 o'clock, and here I was being toyed with by this hot pink sadist. If the past 2 days had been hell, then this woman was hell's gatekeeper, barring my exit. I turned around and forced my face into outward calm.